numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, I'ma pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers.
Black 25 behind. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day. Alert 3, alert 3. 3, triple team.
On 1st and 10, Winston. This is Coleman with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Go. Go.
Handoff, Coleman, right side. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Winston now from the 50. And an alley to run. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
but they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
At the 40-yard line. That's it. Let's go, B. Big series right here. So we got to step.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
Quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Ready?
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Out. Shoot.
Now Cam, option left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside...
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Gano for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board.
Check, 59. Watch the flag, watch the flag.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston, and he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Winston. He sets to fire deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
From the 50, Newton. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the #1 thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go as we saw there.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On play action, Winston under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Lights 59.
Working out of the gun, Winston. He's got Evans. 33 yards that time. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Just me and you. Flip it. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Mike's 5'9".
from the gun. Winston. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Winston going to get this out to Evans. 12 yards there and a first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Sponge. No. Wait.
They'll throw again. Winston. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Bell sheds him off. Gets through and now an opening. It's a big run that time by Bell. 48 yards on the ground.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, 2nd-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first.
Here we go.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now Bell. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Watch the twist. Gun. Great. Hey, Smith. Motion.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Carl Nassib drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw, Winston. On the screen, this is Coleman. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
On 3rd down, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 23. Bell sheds him off. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This is taken near the 13. Fights through it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll go again with Bell. There to stop him was Carlton Davis.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Cam fakes the give and keeps it. Caught here by Bell. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Devin White came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Out of the gun, Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Cam's going to run the option right. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
They will run again with Coleman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Ready, flag, 22, man. Check, 59. Watch the slip, watch the slip.
Barber on 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain.
Rush in. Come on. Sunday.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go. Easy. Green, 17. Let's go.
Throwing, Winston. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 38-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Move in. Mike is 59. Mike's at 59. Too little, cut. 30. 59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check. 59. Here we go.
Off the play fake, Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 23. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Stepping up, Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Buccaneers have it. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits. He's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
Mike, ready? Black 25.
They'll run on first down. Coleman. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey. Check. Wait. Green, triple team.
Winston. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Bucs on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Mike's 5'9", Mike, zoom. I got it. Mike, check, 59. Watch the run. Mike's 59.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's going to look deep down the field. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
To throw is Newton. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Right to the 3. Squeeze, double. 57. Gun. 57's the mic.
From the gun, here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And he slings one that's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away, take care of it, because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. This is Murray. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
59. We ain't giving up nothing today.
Out of his end zone, Winston. And now here is another interception. Dante Jackson picks it, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd down, Winston again. They'll have a 1st down past the 40. And this is caught by Evans. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Easy. On me. 59's Mike. Check. 59.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
Mike's 59. 3 buzz. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. I got it.
Winston now. Now a desperation throw. And my goodness, another interception. Dante Jackson picks it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah,
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. He's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Second and 3 at the 44-yard line.
Newton's going to throw it. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Third down and 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. So this
for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the